Hello everybody and welcome back to Getting Wrecked and our last mission in the Europe campaign. So this time we are supposed to build the tunnel between England and France, and this mission will be the first one I will not be able to make all the medals. Because if we check out the medals here, we have the first one here, good timing. That is supposed to be us completing the preparation and excavation in a timely manner. This one is two parts. First we need to make the preparations, and that's producing steel and producing planks in 3 years. And that's pretty easy, it's just bringing the lumber down to the sawmill and bringing coal and iron ore to this steel mill. That's all we have to do in 3 years, so that's not a big deal. However, after this one we will get a new mission, and that's bringing 1000 or well 900 tools to this construction site and this construction site. And the problem is not really to have enough transportation. The problem is just that you only have 6 years to get 1800 tools, or machines I should say, created, and that's not going to happen. This guy has a limit of 200, but he will not even get up to 200 because these guys, they will not, the potential will not go up high enough quickly enough for the production to increase at the rate we need it to. So most likely we will end up at being finished at 1986 or something like that. We would need to be finished by 1979, so that's 7 years too late. I'm not sure how it's supposed to be doable. If you know any way of doing it, please let me know and I will try to make a new episode. But for now, this medal we will try to be quick, but we will see how close we can get. We are not allowed to get any additional grants. Shaking hands. This one, ensure that both tunnel construction sites are completed within an interval of no more than 1 month. So we need to have this guy get into 900 at the same time as these guys down here, but this one seems to be bugged, so this one will always work, so that's really a non-issue. So we have one that's impossible to do and one that's impossible to not do from my understanding. And then we have X-ray vision, explore the seabed. We will get a special ship that we will have to have in the English Channel here for 2 months, and that will complete this mission. Not a whole lot of things to say about that. And re-drill, improve the tunneling machines. When we have 300 machines in either England or in France, we will unlock this building, and by bringing 10 machines here, the requested machines will be lowered from 1000 on each side to 900. So that's not a big deal, it's just bring 10 machines here and you will get that medal. Alright, so that's the different medals. Let's talk you through my setup here. So even if we will not get a medal, I will tell you about some tweaks that might help you on your way. So first things first, I recommend that you destroy the connections between the cities, because I will use trucks and the trucks will be so slowed down if there are traffic here. But if you severe the connection here, these guys will not have a reason to go to Dover. There might be some traffic on this side, but that's not a big deal. And the same thing here in France. I have destroyed the road here and the road here. I also created a shorter, like a shortcut here, and Other than that, I have set up 2 different lines for our ships here. And the reason why I have 2 lines, this port has 3 different docks. And the reason why I have 2 different lines for my coal and my planks that I will need to bring over to France is because if I use the same destinations, they will not use a different ports or the different docks. They will start waiting for each other even if they have different lines. So that's why I have 2 different lines. So the coal will go up here, be transported by trucks up to the steel mill, while the planks will go down here, being transported by trucks up to the machine factory. And the trucks that bring the steel up here, or the planks, they will also bring machines down here to be transported to this machine or construction site. So we have a lot of different trucks as well. So in England we have these. We have one brown guy going back and forth with lumber. We have the orange one going with the planks down to the docks. We have coal by the black one going back and forth here, and then we have the red one, machines, going back and forth between the docks and the construction site. And then we have a pink one that's not being used right now, and this is in order to get this metal we drilled, improve the tunneling machines. When we need to bring 10 machines down here, we will activate this line. So I destroyed some road here in order to get this guy only to cover this section, because it's actually covering some of the factories here as well, but that's fine. But if you just leave the roads here, you might run into the issue that you're bringing a lot of machines down here, but they are consumed by the industry and not by the Geological Institute. So that's why I made this a strange road, but I should have placed so it didn't cover these guys. But it's not a big deal. We could just do something like, can we get it without destroying any buildings? That's fine. So now it will not get to these guys. They might finish the road here and get connected anyways. But and that's about it. And I have set up so we have some vehicles on this side as well. So I have made the name Cal, as in Calais here. So we have coal from the docks up here. We have iron ore from up here, down here as well. And the thing here is that I have not any vehicles on the iron ore line just yet, because since we have 3 years to do this preparations, I want to bring the iron ore as late as possible, since when we start producing steel we will get the next mission with 6 years to get all the tools or machines. So I want to activate the next mission as late as possible, so we need to do this in 3 years, even if I know that we will not be able to make it. That's why I don't have iron ore just yet. I will use that later on. So that's those, and then we have the steel line, bringing steel on my shortcut here down to the machine shop. And then we have our Calais machines, bringing machines from here to this dig site. And then lastly we have plank machines being delivered from these docks up to the machine shop. And that's all we need for this beginning, actually, so I can start to speed things up here. One problem with this mission is that every time, at least on my computer, every time one of the boats start moving, the game freezes for like 10 seconds. I don't know what's the problem with that pathing, but... And we will need a lot of boats here. And like I said, that's why I have created 2 different lines for the boats, because later on when you have the production going up, you will be transporting a lot of planks and a lot of coal. So by then you want to have a lot of boats, but the boats are really slow at going back and forth to the docks. And this guy, so this is what happens if you only have one line, that even if you have 3 different docks like this time, they will still wait in line. So I'll just get this guy to move a little bit back and forth here, and he will decide to move in as well. And these guys are fully loaded, so I can tell them to go when I want them to go. These other guys are not fully loaded, but that's fine. And I set up so I have one truck on each of these lines, more or less. I don't think I have one on the... it's only the iron ore I don't have. But money is not an issue. You could play a bit more cheap here by only activating the cars you actually need. Oh, look at that. Get the next mission. So buy a special ship and have it stand here for 60 days. And this will give you a medal. So you need to do this before you produce both steel and planks. We have already done the planks. That's why you got this mission. So we have this mess shift 0. It costs 0 to build. You might think awesome, but it costs 2 million a year. So I will just make a new line here that will cross the midsection, and you will have to remember to pause or stop this boat when it comes around here, because it's actually one of the quicker boats or ships, so it will actually overshoot otherwise. But I will, like I said, the money is not an issue here, so I will actually have many more vehicles than I really need to, just because I want to have highest possible production. I mean, I could send up the coal right now. Maybe we should have one more. So now we need to stop this guy because he's actually pretty fast. So let's have 2 more on the coal line in Dover, and that's fine. So hopefully he gets to stop in time, otherwise you can tell him to go back if you overshoot this. I recommend that you make a new line for this guy instead of using an existing line. So here comes the coal, so I will produce 1 more ship, and now you can see the days ticking up here. So that's pretty cool. So make sure this guy is going to the Dover. He is. And why did you start loading coal? Oh well, oh well. It's okay. I will send 1 more to pick up the planks. Hopefully the planks at least comes from... Yeah, they are on the right one. Alright, so when we are finished with this one, start the ship and sell it by using the line manager. I would recommend, because if you tell it to go to depot, you might forget it in the depot and will cost you a lot of upkeep. So small tips like that. So I have tried some different things in order to make this mission happen, but none is really working. But just so you get some ideas what I have tried. So this is the best tip, is destroying these roads. What I have tried is actually to have truck stops at each industrial area. That will increase the potential for machines in this machine factory, and I was hoping that that should make it so they wanted more planks, so that would increase how many planks we get from this location. but I haven't had that much of a success. Well, it kind of works, but the problem is when are you supposed to remove them? Because when you remove the lines, you don't want to transport machines to the industrial area, you want to transport them to the building area, so it's kind of, yeah, it doesn't really help a whole lot, I would say. So thinking if we should send one more plank here, or if I should wait for these guys to come back. When this guy comes over here, we will give a couple more color coal guys. Even if the coal is down here, which will be a bit wonky, I guess. But so we will send a couple of more plank machines and a couple of more on the steel line as well. So this coal will actually go backwards, because I wanted to bring over here and go up here, but this time it's going to be delivered up here and then use the steel line going back and forth. So alright, so that's one thing I tried. I tried to use the industrial zones to increase the how many machines that are required, but that will not work that well. It might trigger these guys to upgrade a bit earlier, but it's not really worth it. Another thing I tried is to use trains down here, because I thought that maybe if I use trains, maybe that will in some way show that I have a better service for these industries, so they will upgrade faster. But that didn't really help either. So let's start using the iron ore now. We are a bit early, but that's fine. We can set it to fully load. Then we can just stop them when they are close to the steel mill. We are in August, and this guy, when he comes to the steel mill, they will start creating steel. So if we are try-harding here, we would wait until December maybe before we send this guy in. But like I said, I haven't really gotten this medal. I hope they will fix it in some way. Let's try to keep these guys up to snuff, even if we are losing money on them. Alright, so here comes the mission. Drill factories. Deliver machines from the drill factory to the Dover tunnel construction site and Calais tunnel construction site. So this is the second of the two project phases. 6 years are estimated for this phase. So this is the problem. We are supposed to bring 1,000 machines here and 1,000 machines here in 6 years. This guy can do 200 every year, so he will need to be upgraded. We will also need this guy to upgrade. At least it's up to 200, but yeah, I mean 6 years and we will need at least 1810 in the end. So even if we would have 400, that would be quite close if we had 400 capacity. One thing to note is that this guy actually produces 2 steel for each coal and iron ore. So the coal is much less important. Can you say much less? I don't know. Less important than the planks. So the focus must be the planks. And that's one reason why I have boats going further with the coal, even if it's because we have the steel mill down here, but it's also because I don't care as much about the coal as the planks. I want the planks to be over as quickly as possible. However, when we get to 300 here, we will get a new mission, and that mission will be to bring 10 machines to this location. If we don't do that, we will need to bring 1200 machines to England. But if we finish the mission, we will only need to bring 900 to both England and to France. And I'm not sure if the potential here will be changed in any way, if the potential will increase when you finish the machine delivery to the Geological Institute. I'm not 100% sure of the mechanics. But like I said, I tried to use trains here. It didn't really help a whole lot. Okay, kind of low on iron ore, but I think they will catch up pretty soon. And this is kind of the setup we will go for. Not a whole lot to say really. More than I will keep on being a bit manual with these guys. I could also just get like 2 more on each, or well, I can get 1 more on each and then just set them to not even fully load. That's fine. And no loans, because that's going to screw us over. So let's look at how it lags every single time I do anything with boats. I don't know, is this supposed to be like this on every single boat mission? I hope not. So this is what I will do. I will just keep on expanding, playing really liberal with my money here. Trying to get as many machines as possible, even if it costs me a bit more money than if I actually didn't use more vehicles than necessary. But I will see you when we have 300 in one of these countries. It will most likely be France, because it's so much shorter distance here. We are still waiting for steel. Look, we got machines. And we got lag. But now we have 2 tools in France. Great success. But like I said, I will see you in 300 machines. Another thing I'm thinking about is if you by any means can increase the amount of tools being transported to England by placing the docks closer to the construction site. If I have the dock over here, I can't build in the red zone, but if I have the dock over here, maybe that and the dock like here, maybe that could increase the amount of machines going over to England instead of everything going to only France all the time, which is kind of a yeah, it's not very good in my opinion, since the England side is much harder to get the tools to. And if they fix this good timing mission, they will most likely fix the shaking hands one as well. Sure, the only thing you need to do is kind of have your last truck with tools or machines standing still here, just stopping this guy if this was the last truck. just stopping him there and have him standing there for 10 years, but that's not a funny solution. It would be good if you could actually somehow manage where the machines go. Look at this, 200 production! Swimmingly! Yeah, I don't know. We are supposed to be done in 3 years. Not really close. If we are able to get this guy to upgrade to 400, it would be really good. But I think it will be kind of hard. This guy is up to 119 in potential. 147, so that's good. But yeah, that's a problem, is we can't really make this guy. Okay, now he will upgrade, but I think he will run out of materials before that happens. So maybe he will be able to... But usually if they run out of materials during this time, they will upgrade. They will not upgrade any longer. So that can be really detrimental to you. So you have to get lucky as well. Maybe you could do some fancy stuff with fully loaded, and maybe that's something you could use trains for as well. Maybe if you have a long train bringing a lot of materials in one go, maybe it's a higher chance that these guys actually upgrade really early. But I'm saying money is not an issue. Yes, when you use trucks, money is not an issue, but if you use trains, you will run into money problems because trains use different wagons or carts. If it's machines, you need goods. Steel and planks are the same, which is good, and coal and iron ore is the same, so you could have a coal train going back and forth here with coal and iron ore to this location, and you could have a plank train go up here and then over here for planks and steel bars, and then a goods train for the machines. I mean, it gets expensive really quickly, so it's not really easy, and it's also not the most flat land here. Oh, I guess it's okay. But I already tried so many things, so I'm not sure what else I can try. One thing we could also do is that we're getting close to 300 here. 2 years left. Yeah. That's not going to happen. These guys hasn't upgraded yet. Right, but what we can do is that we can set up a line for the Geological Institute now, because so I have 2 trucks that will go on this pink line up here. And the reason why I have them set up like that is because when we get 300 in France, we will get a mission over here to bring 10 machines. And it takes quite a long time for the machines to be produced and shipped to that location. So that's why I try to set it up already. So hopefully they will get all the way over there at the same time as I need them for the quest. Because I'm a bit afraid of, because the mission tells you something like, oh, the production in England is bad or something, and I'm not sure if it's only the fact that you will need 1,200 tools instead, or machines, I mean, if that's the only difference, or if the potential here goes down, so they will request fewer machines until you solve that problem. So now we have 300 soon. Here it comes. Boom. Right, so tough going. The subsurface on the British side seems to have conspired against us, just like the people there. So that's interesting. So I'm not sure by this wording if it's supposed to be that the potential goes down here as well. I guess it's decently high. But anyways, we get the mission down here. Deliver 10 machines to this lab. And hopefully, because I set this line up a bit earlier, hopefully there is already some machines being produced right now, so they might get here a little bit earlier, but it will still take quite a while. So right, a quick note, so we have a limit of 400 in both our sawmill and our lumber mill, so that's really good. I'm not sure if this is because we made this new connection here, but I feel like this is usually, it's not easy to make this happen earlier than this. And we are lacking planks in the machine factory. Right, so it's time. This is when we should be done. Yeah, not even halfway done, but at least the production is picking up here. But this is the reason why I have tried like maybe 6 or 7 times to make this happen, and it's not easy. This is like as close as I'm coming, so I don't know what I can do to change this. I guess we can get one more chip at least, but it will not really solve everything, but maybe something. We already have all the coal we need. It's just the planks that we are short. Which I guess is fine. I prefer that we are short on stuff than they are full on stuff and they are not just producing. Sometimes they have everything in store. So, as we can see here, the steel is not a problem in this mission, not at all. Also have some machines to Hastings. But these 10 machines might not go to the Geological Institute because of the factories nearby. Maybe not. As you can see, since they have connected this area, yeah. I will not destroy that road right now, but that's a bit of a problem. Right, so look at that, we got drilling machines, outstanding, which means that we should rub it in that we are so far behind. So I will get these guys, they can go and sell, and I will remove Hastings. We can remove this this as well. The only thing now is when we remove that one, we will remove a lot of the potential here in the machine factory, because the Geological Institute requires so many machines. So like I said, I have been trying a bit with having different truck stops in order to really have a high demand for machines in order to upgrade all the industries faster, but it's not something that I think make a whole lot of difference. Right, here is the last machines to the French side. Slow and steady wins the race. Boom. Boom. Like that. So now we have 900. So let's just take Calais machines. We will sell them, that's fine. I hope that was the right side. Because I don't want that I remove the Dover side, but it seems like we still have some machines for Dover. Right, we are getting close to 1986, and this should be the last machines coming with this boat that we need. So welcome ship number 5. Maybe I should start naming some ships. I don't know. Look at those lags every time a freaking ship is going somewhere. Alright. Yeah, I think this should be enough. We will see. So the next mission we will get is to bring stuff through this tunnel. Passengers and freight. One thing to note is that since we are done with the construction here, we will not be able to transport machines to this location anymore. So I recommend that you use that you build something for the machines first, since that's kind of your whole setup right now. Because we are getting warnings here that our factories are not getting to transport stuff.
So who is the lucky one? Is it you? Maybe. No, we need 20 more. Is it you?
I believe in you, Road Vehicle 60. that turn, such a boss. Poor guy had to stand on the brakes. So anyways, yeah, money is not really an issue in this mission. Come on. So we are done. And we got shaking hands for no reason at all. So we need to transport passengers and goods through the tunnel, and it will cost us 100,000 each month. That's pricey. Oh well, so be it. We have some more machines here, so we can wait with deleting our line just yet. So let's check the curvature. So I will definitely go with the machines over here to good old Geological Institute, because they have the industrial area here as well, so it kind of makes sense. residential area. I'm kind of tempted to build it on this side, but we should be able to fit it on the other one. So passengers, 240. I guess so. Boom. And something like that. Freight station, yes. What we need now is a large country road. What's this, medium country road? Like that. And we should be fine to go. We need some passenger services here as well, of course.
I think I'll go with one of these where we kind of have all lines going down to the station. Instead of having the lines going round, I will have one that goes down to the station from over there, and then we will have another one that goes from the station out or in. Oh, that has to go out. If I set these on the right side, so I guess we shouldn't make it like that. We should have them go in. Like so. We make the same thing up here in Hastings. I wonder where the original goes between. Which cities. So one goes in from over there, and then we will have one that goes in from somewhere around here. So let's have two on the new line from up there. And then we will have one or two. So two on the new line that goes on this side.
We need some trains. What kind of trains do you want? It's a good question. Like I said, we will use the same train tracks for both freight and for passengers, and since freight can only make 160, that's don't really need to go quicker than that. Alright, so I guess what's this? Mirage. Isn't this one pretty good? This one lasts for 50 years, which is pretty cool. Not that we need 50 years. I'm so bad at how much they can pull, but I guess we take this one. 3,000 sounds pretty good. Pretty strong. And we had 240. Construction very much possible. So 160 is 140 because we actually took slower train. We can take this one since passenger train shouldn't be as heavy, I'm thinking. Calais to Hastings. Right, so that's it. So hopefully this will be everything we need. I'm actually going to add one more train here. Since passengers are going too quickly, they are being transported in both directions, so I would actually need one more transport train here, a freight train, in order to keep up. So I just got another one just the same. I think just the same. Yeah. So this is it. We will just wait until we have 1000 of each here. This one has no time limit from what I can see. Look at this. A full passenger train will be the last one to go under the tunnel. All clear. Good. Oh, should have placed more signals. Oh well. Slow and steady wins the race. Oh, this is a diesel train. Interesting. I use electricity for the freight train and I use diesel for the passenger trains. So, we should finish the mission here. We are in the tunnel. Somewhere around here maybe it will trigger. Come on. Come on. Boom! So, activity in the tunnel. We have done it. But like I said, good timing. I don't know how to make that happen. If some of you guys know, please tell me how, and I will try to make it happen next time around. Don't use loans. Money is not a problem in this mission, so that's not a big deal. This one is bugged, shaking hands, so this will always trigger from my experience, in this version at least. X-ray vision, just use that special chip and remember to sell it afterwards because it costs 2 million each year in maintenance. And improve the tunneling machines. Bring 10 machines to the Geological Institute. Complete the Europe campaign, complete all campaigns, alright. So just bring 10 machines to Geological Institute here and you will be fine for that medal. So a short recap. The biggest problem here is, well, the biggest problem, I like to use trucks on this mission, but you will be having a lot of traffic jams. But if you destroy the roads outside the cities, you will not have to deal with the civilians sharing roads with you. Use at least 2 docks in order to keep the flow going, because if you just use 1 dock, it will not be enough in the late game to provide the planks and ore. Other than that, try to upgrade especially the planks, because the ore or the steel will be produced twice the speed of your planks, and that's a bit of a bummer. Other than that, that's not so much to say really. Make some shortcuts with roads. That's pretty good money invested, I would say. And when you have finished the mission, that is to bring machines, start using a freight train for your machines and bring them to Hastings instead, because otherwise you will start losing money. And that's it. So anyways, I will end the campaign here and I will try out some of the free playing, most likely. I tried on hard, and it's a bit slow in the beginning, especially if you start at 1850. And if you don't want to loan any money, it's really slow, but I think it's alright, and it can be kind of fun. I guess I will have to edit out quite a lot of just wasted time making money, but yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you again next time. And please let me know if you know how to solve this mission, or if they patch it, so I can come back and do it properly. Thank you and goodbye.